Knicks Nation, let's talk honestly tonight. This game wasn't decided by effort. It wasn't decided by talent. And it damn sure wasn't decided by who wanted it more. It came down to execution. When you look at the box score, the Knicks are right there in all the areas that usually win basketball games. Rebounding, points in the paint, physicality, stretches of effective offense. Cat gave us 40. Josh Hart filled up the stat sheet. The Knicks stayed competitive longer than the score tells you. But what flipped this game was turnovers, live ball turnovers, forced passes, empty possessions that turned into runouts the other way. Against a team like Minnesota, that's the difference between a tight fourth quarter and chasing the game. So tonight isn't about panic, it's about precision. How do the Knicks clean up these decision-making? Are these turnovers coming from roles, spacing, or timing? Excuse me. And what does this game tell us about where this team needs to tighten the screws? That's the conversation tonight. This is Knicks N Ish. Let's get to it. Let's go, Knicks.
Hit that intro.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. I'm turning hoes to housewives, I'm cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back to melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to Reset. Fuck the ball. Fuck everybody on the front. When we get on the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
You
Do this part. Yeah. Live and direct on your YouTube screen is your favorite Knicks N Ish panel. I am your host. I'm a spark plug. T-Tom. I'm here with the Knicks N Ish panel, including but not limited to. I finally got that part right. The first lady of Knicks N Ish, Mrs. Knicks. You know what I mean? And also shout out to the rest of the panel, Knickerbocker Av, Fraz, and Kev. So the Knicks lose tonight. It was 115 to 104, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I parts of me wants to be mad, but I'm not really mad at this loss, right? I understand where this loss come from. It was a very winnable game. Oh, I gotta do some housekeeping first. My bad. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, sharing is always caring. If you, like I said, if you're new, make sure you turn on that notification bell on the YouTube so you get all the Knicks N Ish post game lives. Make sure you go to the Shopify, cop some merch. You know what I mean? There's some stuff up there. And I don't know if I'm forgetting anything else. If I am, my bad.
Super chats.
Huh?
Super chat.
Oh, yeah, the super chat. Make sure you bless the super chat. You know what I mean? Anything you could, you know what I mean? You could bless the super chat with. We will stop and answer whatever you want to talk about in the super chat. Word. Twan, what's good? We see you in the comments. You know what I mean? And make sure you keeping active in the comments too, for sure. So like I was saying, I'm not really mad at this loss. I get where this loss come from. Yes, this game was very winnable. But not to make no excuses. Y'all know who wasn't there. You feel me? Y'all know who wasn't there. And in a game like this, we win this game if he's there. I'm gonna let Mrs. Knicks give her viewpoints on the game, and then we'll spin back around with some questions and stuff. How you feeling about this game tonight?
I knew it was gonna be a tough game. When we talked about it the last show, this was the game I had us losing over the next few. without knowing JB was going to be out. Once I saw the injury report yesterday, I was like, it makes it a lot harder for us. Because the first game this season was hard fought between both teams, like between us and them. So I knew we were going to be in for a fight. So not having JB and OG was disastrous for us. But the team didn't quit. The team didn't give up. And that's what I like to see. Even in games where you're like, all right, we're going to lose just based off of, who's on the court. They fought till the end. So not really mad. We got to see more of Tyler, which was awesome because he played amazing. We saw Cat get out of his funk from last game. 20 assists just isn't going to cut it. 20 assists is not going to cut it regardless. So disappointed. I'm not really even disappointed. I'm just like, I knew that this was the game I had us losing. And so it's just kind of like, all right, you knew it. Yeah, that's it.
It was definitely a hard-fought game. Like I said in the opening, the game was closer than what the score dictated at the end.
For sure.
Tyler showed up, huge tonight, pause. I think sometimes he was just a little bit too aggressive. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I think he played a phenomenal game, especially being his first start, 20 points, 10 rebounds, huge on the boards. Marcus was good. No, I'm not saying 6'7", but I still said it. Jimmy J1 in the building was good. My guys are, he. I think Tyler played a phenomenal game, like you mentioned. Cat played phenomenal. Excuse me, aside from being in foul trouble. What up, cuz? Aside from him being in foul trouble, I think Cat played a phenomenal game. He definitely took the fact that JB wasn't in the lineup to heart and knew that he had to put the team on his back, and he did just that. But again, like I said in the cold opening, turnovers is kind of what did it for us. It's a lot of stupid turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of turnovers, and it was a lot of turnovers that was happening because when Tyler went to the bench, we didn't have a real ball handler on the court. That, Josh is good in, open court, but I don't want him bringing up the basketball to initiate half-court offense. And Anthony Edwards took advantage of that several times tonight. Know that that's not what he does. That's not where he's really comfortable, and forced some turnovers. I think Cat had a shit ton of turnovers too. Aside from his scoring, I think he had like 8 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. Six or something like that. 6 or 8. One of them fools had 8, I think. But a lot of turnovers tonight. There's a lot of turnovers tonight, and that was a major downfall because it led to buckets. No, I said 8. Josh Hart had 6. Cat had 5. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty work. Yeah, I mean, for just 2 players be having 11 turnovers out of the 19, it's nasty work. But in some points, I get it because they was asked to do a lot more with initiating the offense than they would normally have. Once Tyler went to the bench, there was nobody else. We're using 2 guards and threes to initiate offense, and that's super nasty work. But that's stuff that'll get rectified once we get back healthy. You feel me? I don't really feel like the Timberwolves did anything spectacular to win this game. I just feel like we lost because we weren't healthy.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even mean to use that as an excuse because injuries are a part of the game, but that's how I feel. Like, I'm not impressed by what Julius did in the fourth quarter. He did have a quarter, but I'm like, if JB was here, that'd be quiet. We know this. Yeah, I mean, and I ain't got no smoke for Julius. Yeah, I know I still got respect for my guy. I want him to have the best game possible in losses, but in losses though, right, against the Knicks. You feel me? But yeah, I don't really feel like they did anything spectacular. But the question: did Minnesota expose anything real, or was this more about matchups and execution, which I kind of just answered? But I want to get your take on it.
I wasn't really impressed with them. They didn't really do anything that made me say without JB and OG, we would lose this game. You know what I mean? With them, Randall doesn't play that fourth quarter that way, and probably Anthony Edwards probably wouldn't play that third quarter that way. Let's not forget OG is our best defender. And not having him on the court puts a whole lot of pressure on Mikal defensively. And Mikal stood with Ant for the most part. He was not really wide open. He just made defended shots. So no, they didn't really impress me. Flexing after someone dropped 40 on you is kind of stupid to me. And that's what you're supposed to do when someone's in foul trouble. Right. And I'm just like, bro, you didn't do anything that we haven't seen when you were a Knick. So you flexing, looking at us like, to me, that's some pussy shit, but whatever. We know how this goes. But no, nothing scares me about them because we have OG and JB. We win by 20.
I agree. I thought it was very weird, the flexing and the dancing, and I'm like, but the guy we traded you for got 40.
Right.
Yeah, you are part of, like, aside from Jaden McDaniels, y'all are healthy. We're missing mad pieces off the bench, and we're missing 2 starters.
Facts.
And y'all struggled most of this game, to be perfectly honest. Y'all struggled to pull away this game. You had what, this is Tyler's second year? You had a second year player give you 20 in his first start. 20, 10, and 8. He almost had a triple dub. But you're dancing. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess. You didn't do none of that when you came to the Garden. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It was quiet when you came to the Garden. But I get it. You're feeling good. You sucked most of the game. When Cat wasn't in foul trouble,
of the game.
When Cat wasn't in foul trouble and can actually play a little bit of defense without having to worry about sitting on the bench, he played you pretty well. Just keep it a buck. You had 8 points. You had 8 points up into the fourth quarter. Like, let's be real here, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't got no Julius. I'm still very appreciative of what he did his time as a Knickerbocker, so I ain't going to really try to disrespect him. But that was kind of corny. I'm just got to call a spade a spade. Was this a game to walk away encouraged by despite the results?
Yes, I think so. Getting to see Tyler flourish always gives me hope because, for I don't know how many seasons we've been saying we don't have a real backup point guard because Deuce isn't that. Deuce is just an undersized 2. And so now to see that, yeah, we have a point guard, a backup point guard, one that clearly has studied JB, because some of the moves he pulled today, I was like, yeah, that's straight out of JB's playbook. I think he was extra aggressive, and he threw up some silly shots in the paint, but that's just, trying to make shit happen when the team needs you. Jeez, good damn. So yeah, I think there's always good in even taking losses. And Tyler, to me, has been that. Same thing for JC. Like, you know, we give him a whole lot of slack about, you know, shit he does on the court and just throws up shots. But to see him kind of back in the rhythm of shooting and them going in is a bright spot because, you know, that's, I mean, we talk about it here in my household. That's what he was brought in for. Frank says he's just going to let it fly every time he touches it. That's what it looks like. And it's cool as long as they're going in. It's when they're not going in that I'm like, yeah.
I think the most part that annoys me about Jordan Clarkson's game is not the fact that he put up shots. It's just watching him play defense. Like, and the crazy part is like, I can't really be mad at him because it's not a lack of effort. He's trying. Like, you can see him actively trying. He's just not good at defense. Like, he plays defense like one of those kids that like grew up just, yeah, I'm going to get all the PT because I could score. Like, he plays defense like those kids that like, yeah, I could score, so I'm never going on the bench. Like,
and then he'd be frustrated, and he'd be like mad and like, slapping his hand, and I'm like, bro.
And it's more that I get that vibe from because it's more of the style of how he runs around. Please, Knicks N Ish family. Next time you watch Jordan Clarkson on the court playing defense, look how he just runs around the court. He runs around the court like somebody who really don't have any intention to play real defense, but he's trying. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing ever. But yeah, that's the most frustrating part about his game. Because, you know, even though I'll be yelling for him to get off my TV screen, and that's because, like, me as a fan watching the game, if a player is cold and he's chucking up shots, I need him off the TV screen. You feel me? Like, especially if he's not good at defense. Like, yo, like, all right, he's 0 for 5 right now. What are we doing? You feel me? Like, what are we doing?
I'm not going to hold you. To me, he never seems like, he doesn't seem to gather when he shoots his three. It just kind of like touches his hand. It's up. Right. My heart be like, Lord.
It never looks like a good shot. It never looks like a good shot.
Right.
And like, I'm like, bro, you could at least set your feet, dog. Like, he's always like leaning forward or floating forward, floating to the side, floating backwards. I'm like, yo, set your feet. But I'd be needing him off my TV screen when he's having a bad shooting day because, like you just mentioned too, you not shooting well and the shots you taking are looking kind of weird. I need you off my TV screen. I can't. I'm mentally as a fan, I can't handle that. I can't handle that at all, right? But he's playing well. His shot is starting to come around, and I think obviously it was a matter of time. He's way too talented of a player to go through a whole season shooting the way that he was shooting to start the season. And if we get this Jordan Clarkson going into the playoffs coming off the bench, it's going to be like tremendous for this team because he has big shot making ability too. Not only can he get hot, he can score at the right moments. And we got a lot of players that could do that. We talk about Deuce, you talk about Josh, you talk about Mikal, you talk about OG. You talk about Cat, JB. You talk about Landry when he comes back, which they said that he's closer than people expect. You know what I mean? So, like, once we get all these people back, it's so many different options. And that was another thing, too, that I think why we lost the game. In the first half, there was the most weirdest eclectic group of Knicks on the court at one time. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Facts.
Color Jr. got his first minutes tonight. I thought he was hurt or in the G League still. I didn't know that he was with the big boy roster. And then you got I can't never pronounce his name. Wawa. He's on the court. Dario got some minutes tonight, and they was on the court at the same time.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It was a rough stretch of basketball. I think we played really bad in that stretch too, because ain't nobody knew what to do. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, that was tough to watch. You know, I want to see the young guys get some burn, but we got to put them in with some kind of starter. Like, we can't just throw them all in together. Like, this ain't like we up by 30 and we got, you know, our third string in. I mean, that's one thing I don't really understand is like Mike Brown's like thinking when he put certain players in, not only today, but like when he decides to play Ariel and not the Jameson kid, because the other night he played the Jameson kid and not Ariel. And I'm just like, you know, there needs to be a little bit of consistency.
I like that Jameson kid. You don't like him. I like him.
It's not that I don't like him. It's that it's awkward looking at him. So like,
he got a young old face.
Think back like when he like goes for a rebound. He boxes out, like uses his whole body to box out, but then doesn't get the rebound. And he's just like stepping back for someone else to grab the ball. It's just awkward looking.
Yeah. But that is.
But I love his effort. And I think he's a dope person. Like I follow him on Instagram. He's like super religious, really humble kid. It's just awkward.
I I said, I like his energy. I like he's giving 110% for sure. You know what I mean? And he's in the right places. You know that means a lot to me. Like when you watch him play like offense, right? He set the pick, he slips into the open space. Like he's not just aimlessly rolling to the basket, because I see a lot of people do that. They're rolling to where the defense is, right? Mm-hmm. He's rolling to a space where like, yo, if you give me the ball, I could do something with this. You feel me? Like Mitch has that problem. Mitch will roll and then he'll like roll behind.
He follows the person. He'll
roll to the hoop behind the defensive player. And I'm like, all right, I get it. You want the lob, but that also makes it a little bit harder for me to lob you the ball. You feel me? But yeah, I like the James kid. I ain't gonna stay too much on him, but yeah, I think Ariel definitely needs more consistent minutes because he does great things too. You feel me? Definitely another person who's usually in the right spot, especially on the defensive end. But you can only improve when you get consistent minutes. I know it's difficult when we're healthy, but we weren't healthy tonight. He got to play, and I saw some things I like from him tonight. He didn't really have a great game. I think the stat sheet will say that he pretty much got cardio tonight. 12 minutes, 2 points, 1 for 3, 3 rebounds. He cardio. He put in some work. You know what I mean?
And they were all offensive rebounds.
Yeah. It is maximum effort. You know what I mean? But yeah, tonight it was a difficult game to watch, but at the same time it was reason to be encouraged. Like you look at Tyler and you like, okay, we do have that, like you said, we do have that backup point guard. Like he's that. Like if there's any doubt, Tyler could hoop, that should be eradicated. That was tough. That was super tough. I thought that was gonna be swatted. That one.
This was a JB move. I was like, okay, JB too.
Excuse me. Turn. Excuse me. Yeah, that was tough. You know what I mean? And to have such a great role model to watch on a day-to-day basis, and I know in practice they be checking each other, right? So you get to see all these what's good. You get to see all these moves, real life, and then get pointers on like, yo, how you do that?
Right.
and for them, JB's a little bit more stout than Tyler, but to have a similar build to the person that you like trying as a mentor you, and that person happened to be one of the best scorers in the NBA, and you like, y'all get to learn. Y'all like neither one of y'all fast, neither one of y'all athletic, both of y'all short, and he get to tell you, yeah, this is what I do. And
right.
You can see it's like he be sitting with a notepad and a pen, like, word. Word, that's how you do it. Because he whipped out a few JB moves these last few games. I ain't gonna lie.
And not only offensively, but he gets to defend JB in practice. And so that's why he's really not getting burnt and cooked by a lot of other point guards. Because JB's footwork is probably the best in the game.
Yeah. The only thing that Frank was good. The only thing I want him to do better is he got to find a better way to fight over screens. Oh, that boy don't want to fight over no screens. He don't want to fight over no screens. He gets screened and he's like faking like he's trying to get around the screen. Yeah, I see he's not really trying to get around that screen. Rudy Gobert is a good screener, but you can still get around those screens, homie. What else? I lost where I was. Okay. The Timberwolves are a very long team, like at almost all positions except for Donte and Conley, but everybody else got good side. And they stout. They're not like tall, skinny people. They push them weight around. How did the Knicks handle the size and physicality tonight? And is this something that could be? I don't know why I wrote that question. I don't like that question. But I'm just gonna leave the first part. How did the Knicks handle the size and physicality tonight?
I think they did just fine. I think up until the third, when Ant kind of went crazy on his little run, and in the fourth with Randle, I think they held up pretty strong. And to be honest, the only reason Randle went on that is because Cat was in super foul trouble. Mm-hmm. I think Cat not in foul trouble, that run that Randle had wouldn't happen. Again, not having OG is huge because OG probably would have been checking Randle. And so that definitely wouldn't have happened. So I think, for being shorthanded, they did the best they could. I'm not even mad.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think physically we met the challenge. They did come out. It was a little bit more aggressive than us. Well, that seemed like to be the tone for a lot of these games lately.
It's so funny because we were watching and Layla goes, "Y'all gonna win." Because y'all always go down at first, but y'all stay right there. Y'all gonna win. And I'm like, JB ain't playing. It's a little different. But yeah.
We went down.
It's normal.
17 was the biggest lead, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was 16.
17 was the largest lead for them. And we came back and took a 4-point lead. That was tough. And I think we ramped up. And what I'm noticing is becoming a trend. And I'm not making excuses. We lost that game, fair and square. I'm not making excuses. But it's starting to feel like teams can be super physical with us, but we can't be with them. And it's starting to be a trend because I'm looking at the way they pushing Cat around and the way he goes.
And Josh.
Yeah, Josh for sure.
I haven't seen Josh hit the deck that many times in one game.
They was kicking Josh
out of his own will.
Yeah, they was kicking Josh ass tonight. No cap. But yeah, but on the other end, it's like, yo, you just called that a foul, but he literally just did the same shit on the other end, and it wasn't a foul. So
I think that's kind of why their coach went and got ejected in that OKC game. Because whenever people complain, the refs start putting an extra eye on that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I was complaining about Shea getting calls that they didn't get, and so they ended up going to the line more that game, and
they shot like 40
to the line more this game.
Yeah. But it wasn't really. It's still kind of
15 to 23. That's
still kind of nasty number. But yeah, like I just felt like it was discrepancy as far as what was allowed physicality wise, right? Cat fouls was valid. You know what I mean? He be wildin'. Nah, it's not. Jeremy is not you, homie. The last few games is definitely a difference in between what's being allowed for the Knicks to do versus what they allow other teams to do with us. And you know, Mike Brown don't seem like the guy to make a stand or a comment unless it's like super atrocious. So I think this is kind of going to be the norm because we let it happen. But other than that, physicality, I think we met the challenge. It's just we was having a lot of people doing things that they not normally doing because they usually be on the bench.
Thanks.
They usually be on the bench, but this is nothing to cry over. I highly think that Jalen Brunson is going to be back for Christmas. So is OG, and we're gonna kick
for sure.
We're gonna kick somebody's ass.
When I saw the injury report, I'm like, you could tell this is just a rest thing because you never see someone out two nights before the game off an ankle, right? And then when you looked at it this morning, JB said ankle injury management.
Yeah.
They didn't say ankle injury, but even though during the broadcast they're like sore ankle, but the actual report says management.
Yeah,
you said the last show you said we got to find a way to get JB some rest, and there you go.
But yeah, that's one and the same. Like having a sore ankle and ankle injury management is like they can use that to be like, well, his ankle's sore, we don't want it.
Well, yeah, they're gonna use it so they don't get fined for sure. I understand that. He's not hurt though.
Nah, not at all. We gonna see that man on Christmas and he gonna go crazy. So excuse me. Moving on to the next topic. There's a lot to be made of where the East stands so far this season. There's a lot of injuries not a lot. There's a couple injuries to some key players because they say a lot of injuries. A couple injuries to some key players. Tatum and Halliburton. But pretty much the East is mostly the same. We are currently second in the East. Are we still second after that loss?
Yep.
I don't know how much room we had. All right.
They still 2 games behind us, Boston.
The question is, are the Knicks clearly the team to beat in the East, or are we being, as my guy Jeremy said, delusional homers and getting ahead of ourselves?
I think we're the team to beat. Detroit is playing good basketball right now, but they're still young. I don't know that they can keep this up throughout the season. We're only, a quarter of the season in?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're the team to beat. I think everyone has now come to the realization that which we already knew. I think even without injury, we're the team to beat. Because we beat the Boston team as they were. Actually, they got worse this year. They lost key players. Same thing for Indiana. They lost key players. Even with Halliburton playing, they still lost Turner. So they're not the same team that we played last season. So I think we're still the team to beat. It's still really early on. The Knicks usually don't ramp up until after All-Star game anyway, and so to see them flourish this early on has been fun to watch for me.
Now, I agree. I think we are the team to be. Before I get into that, because I'm gonna forget if I don't say it now. Yeah, what is up with you? You was talking about Boston and Jalen Brown. What's up with that guy, man?
Oh, we live rent free in his head, bro.
What's up with that guy? He get on my nerve, bro. You get on my nerve, bro. Like, yo, that loss to the Knicks hurt you that bad, bro. You spent all time trying to troll. Like, that loss hurt you so bad. Then we spanked y'all a few times this year already, right? You still get. Oh no, they won one. They won one. You won by a couple points, and you all just built the ass. It wasn't, but whatever. It was good with you. And then I'm not condoning what Josh did to JB. That's nasty work. It's super nasty work, right? But you don't get the right to try to clown them, because you're the same guy who got a whole handful of Josh Hart's meat. I ain't forget. Got a whole handful. Josh Hart meat. You grabbed that on purpose. You grabbed the twigs and the giggleberries. You did that. I ain't forget, but you on your stream trying to clown people. Oh, that's what y'all doing in New York. No, we remember what you do in Boston. You grab man meat. That's what you do.
I think he just tries to take away everyone looking at his terrible ass hairline.
Lord.
So he tries to joke on other people.
All that Beijing, man. All that Beijing. Yo, man, that's nasty work. There's jerseys that's ruined all across the United States now because of you, bro. Like, get off the Knicks, you know. But anyway, back to, I digress. Yes, the Knicks are absolutely the team to beat in the East. Shout out to Detroit. They're playing good basketball, but at the same time, we beat them. Until they beat us in the 7-game series, we beat them. You feel me? They got to prove that they could beat us. And, yeah, we're the team to beat. We're the team to beat in the East. If we stay healthy, can't nobody beat us, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel. If we stay healthy, going into the playoffs, nobody in the East can beat us. We're probably going to be the number 1 seed by the time the season ends. You know, it's going to be a wrap. It's going to be a wrap. Oh, damn. OKC lost to the Spurs, 110. That's crazy. And then, look, we spanked the Spurs. Spanked them. Cup champions. And everybody, the Knicks can't beat OKC. Look, they just got beat by the Spurs, dog.
Yeah. I actually was watching another pod last night. And I said, you know, OKC is a beatable team. You know, the media wants you to believe that nobody can beat OKC and Shea, and they absolutely are beatable. We've seen them lose twice to the Spurs thus far, but even then, when you look back at the finals, they were not impressive. They have plenty of flaws as a team.
We've said that many times here on this.
And Dinez, you're absolutely right. We match up well with them.
We mentioned their performance in the finals quite a few times here, and it was like, yo, like, let's be perfectly honest, like, if Tyrese didn't go down, we don't know what would have happened.
Facts.
If Halliburton didn't get hurt, we don't know what would. And he was having a good game to start that game off. He got hurt too. I thought it was about to get scary. I thought it was about to get scary. I was like, oh no, I don't want to see a world with Tyrese Halliburton win the championship. I don't want to see it. But they're very beatable. I mean, I think. Again, I mentioned this a few times, is that I think they run high on vibrato. You feel me? Like, once you're able to shake that confidence a little bit, shit looks different. You know what I mean? Shit looks different. Once you're able to try to stay disciplined against Shea and just be like, yo, he's going to make tough shots. You feel me? Like, he's going to make tough shots. I'm going to stay down on the pump fakes. I'm not going to reach and make him have to make shots. And it's different. You know what I mean? It's different. And that's another thing, too. The refs, NBA refs, they got to be better, bro. They got to be better reffing Shea. Because I watched enough basketball. I'm almost 40. You feel me? Like, I've watched eras of superstars. I'm talking about the best players. I've been through Jordan. I've been through Kobe. I've been through LeBron, right? And now I'm I mean, you got Iverson and everybody else in between. You feel me? Like, I'm not excluding none of those people. I watched a number of top scorers, but I've never. It's not James Harden, and then it's Shea. Them two make the game nasty. Somebody at work couldn't believe it. Say, yo, I don't like watching Shea play basketball. It's not enjoyable basketball to me. Now, does he make some tough shots? Absolutely. Does he come up big in a clutch? Absolutely. But most of the game is nasty basketball. I'm like, yo, he's pushing up. That's an offensive foul. Oh, look, that's not a foul.
The flops are outrageous. Flops are out. It'd be like no one even touching.
He's carrying the ball every time. When he do that little like he like to do the I forgot the push is like a push crossover.
Mm-hmm.
He stops and he turns the ball in his hand and holds it. Like, that's not legal moves in basketball. I don't like watching that. You feel me? But everybody else, their confidence is shaking is because they go as Shea go, except for that Williams kid, the one with the Mill braids. The one with the Meek Mill braids, the kid with the Meek Mill braids.
Yeah.
He's a dog. You feel me? But everybody else, their confidence is shaking easily. I seen it. And now watch Wemby do it. I watch Wemby do it to him. Wemby like, yeah, I ain't played most of this game, but this fourth quarter, y'all cooked.
Yeah. No, I think it just, to me, what's annoying about like players like Shea and them is that fans then throw JB into that mix of that type of player, and he really isn't. He really isn't. Does he do some things that you be like, could be considered foul baiting? Maybe. But he doesn't even get half the calls that he's supposed to get. Because that man be getting beat up when he plays, and you don't really see JB flop the way you see Shea be flopping. It just don't happen. But because fans put, because I've seen it on X a number of times, like, you know, Shea and JB ruin the game of basketball because they're foul baiters. And I continue to say Shea is a top 3 free throw attempt player in the league, and JB is 21. How many players are in between them, and you just pick JB?
Yeah, because he's a Knick. And people who hate to see that somebody his size is doing the things that he's doing to their favorite team. Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. If it's happened to me. I watched Isaiah Thomas give the Knicks buckets. You feel me? I'm not talking about the old Isaiah. I'm talking about Boston Celtics Isaiah Thomas. And I was pissed off and making excuses why this is happening when really he just kicking our ass. And that's what happens to other fan bases. They get mad because it's like, yo, we can't stop this little guy. We can't stop this little guy. And that's fine. But we digress. Back to the conversation about the Eastern Conference, right? Question is this: who actually scares you more in a 7-game series now? Is it Detroit? Is it a healthy Orlando team? Is it the Cavs? Dare I say it, when Tatum comes back, because he's definitely aiming to make a comeback this season? Is it the Celtics? Who scares you the most? You can't say nobody. Say who scares you the most?
Nobody. Not a damn team. None of them. Absolutely none of them scare me. But if you make me pick one, I can't really pick one. I'm going to say Detroit based off of last season, because they gave us the hardest fight last season. We haven't seen them this season with this team. So it's a little tricky for me. Boston doesn't scare me at all with or without Tatum. Cleveland doesn't scare me at all, period. I think they have, well, the record says they got worse than last year, but they just look out of sync this year. They have made no progress. Orlando, maybe if you would have asked me that earlier in the season, I would have said Orlando, but Orlando is absolutely beatable. We've seen it happen this season. So I think, to me, and again, it's based off of how they played us last season in the playoffs. I would say Detroit, but I really don't think any of them.
Yeah, I would have to also concur with that because of the same exact reasons. But at the same time, like, we're different. You know what I mean? Like, I think our style of play fit their style of play. Yeah, definitely make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share it. As always, Karen. But yeah, I feel like we played right into their hands for them defensively. Like, load up on JB, but we play so much different now. Like, I don't think if that's their mode of operation to defend us this year, they're gonna have any kind of success. I think if they try to defend us the same way, it's gonna be over in 5. Word.
Yeah, I think the difference not only is the other players, but I think JB has adjusted to that blitz. He doesn't seem to he doesn't hold the ball that as much as he did last season, for sure. And I think the other guys have learned to make themselves available faster so that that blitz can't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's by design. I mean, I think that's part of, Coach Brown's, genius, if you will. But yeah, I think Detroit is our in the 7-game series. I think right now they're our only competition. Like, everybody else is out here.
And that may change once we face them this season.
Hey, facts. But everybody else is out here in 5 or less. Everybody else is out of here in 5 or less. Word. Do the Knicks feel like a finished product or a contender that still needs a final piece? This is a great segue question. I like how I did that.
I don't think we need a final piece. Let me say this. I don't think a final piece as in our starters. I think we can tweak the bench a little bit. Because I think players like Yabusele at this point, he's a no-go. He got to go. He absolutely was not. I think Mike Brown would have did so much more with Precious than we've gotten out of Yabusele. And that's an honest opinion. And T, I was like, okay, good. We got to upgrade it, Precious. We haven't seen that this season. So I think a little tweak. And I think just watching the Knicks do things over the last couple of seasons, I think a bench move is what's going to happen before the trade deadline, because it's happened over the last couple of seasons, where we moved a small piece, what we thought was a small piece, but gave us huge results in Josh Hart. So yeah, I don't think a piece being a starter piece, absolutely not. I think you leave the starters as is. But I think the bench will probably get tweaked.
So yeah, I think when we talk about a final piece, I don't think we need anything. I think once we get healthy, that's everything we need. Seeing everything I need to see to know that this team is a championship contender as is, right? Now, is there players that I would prefer over others? Absolutely. Absolutely, right? Everybody done turned on y'all. Is it players that, like I say, I prefer over other ones? Absolutely. But as far as like, do I feel like we need to make a trade or we need to upgrade or a final piece or whatever? Nah. I'm comfortable where we at when we get healthy. You feel me? Like when we get healthy, I'm comfortable enough that we could beat anybody. We could win a championship. This is a season of destiny is gonna happen, right? Kind of segue, but I want to say this before I forget.
But same in the same thing. But what about if we're not healthy? Like, so let's say as is when JB and OG is playing, you're good with the way we are.
Yeah. So if we're healthy, so the question you ask is if they're not playing or if they're playing.
No, with those two playing, let's say Deuce and Shaman stay injured. You're good with team as is.
We smoke anybody. But the thing about trading to upgrade, we're going to have to give up something. Like you don't get something for nothing.
Bro, right? There's plenty on that bench that we could get rid of. Throw them away. Just throw them. McCullough, I'm sorry. Gotta go. I don't know what he's there for.
But that's low value. Like, you really not going to get much for that.
That's fine. Find a team that will waive his ass.
You're not going to get much in return for that. So it's like, then what's the point? You feel me? Like, I feel like Yabu, you could get something in return. You can get something in return.
Yeah, I mean, you throw them in a package for something.
Yeah, he has more of a resume than, Kevin McCullough. But at the same time, it's not really like, ain't nobody going to be jumping out the window. Damn, doing Yabu like that. We was all so excited.
We were.
We was all so excited. But I get it. It's been bad basketball. And to your point about Precious is just more athletic. Yabu may be a better three-point shooter. You know what I mean? But Precious is just more athletic. He's a better.
But the Yabu that we seen in the Olympics looked more athletic than Precious.
I mean, aside
from this isn't the same player we have right now.
But aside from that one dunk on LeBron, did he really?
No, he played well.
I mean, he played well. I'm saying, but did he really look more athletic? Like, I'm talking about, was he jumping higher? Was he running faster? Did he look stronger? Like,
he did look stronger than Precious. But again, Precious didn't get a fair share last season, in my opinion. I think he would have done better with this team and this coach.
Precious can't shoot worth shit, and that's my biggest knock on him. But he's baller energy. You know what I mean? I think the Yabu's ability to guard the 5 and the 4 to the 3 is highly overrated. I don't think he does that well. Yeah, but he's on the bench now, so
he's sick. He in street clothes. He not.
Or so moving along. Oh no. I almost forgot. So with everything, talk about the final piece and do. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of, hearing these former players, as per usual, acting like they got the inside scoop. Y'all don't have the inside scoop. Y'all didn't even know when y'all was getting traded. Some of y'all be sitting on the bench like, oh shit, somebody got to lean over your shoulder while you on the bench at a basketball game. Sir, go clean out your locker. Yeah, go clean out your locker. I like, what's the boy name? The grown man. He used to play for the Wolves, play for Atlanta. I can see his face, but I can't remember his name. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He played for the Timberwolves. He played for Atlanta. He got the 504 boys or something like that. is the name of the podcast. Jeff Teague. Him and his cronies. Is this one dude up there? This little pudgy guy. Like, the way he talked about other, like, NBA players, you think, like, he was cold at basketball. Like, he was one of them guys. Like, and I don't even know if he played basketball on any level for the way that he be talking about, like, NBA players. I'm a troll. I'm not a troll, but I'm a fan. So you already know my shit talk come from, I know I'm ass at basketball compared to these guys. But son be talking like, you know, Jeff Teague say something. You know, he may not have been the greatest player, but he was all right. He was a solid player. But then he chime in and I'm like, yo, but who are you? I'm saying all this in the long roundabout way to be like, yo, y'all gotta stop disrespecting Cat. You gotta stop doing it. Y'all gotta stop doing it because he had the horrible game, 2 points. Oh yeah, he out of here. Oh yeah, they definitely about to trade him. To be honest, no, that doesn't mean that. And to do a hot take because you know you're gonna get Knicks clicks, right? And not even use the context of why Cat had a bad game. He was in foul trouble early. He never got in the rhythm of the game. Like, as soon as the game started, he was on the bench. He only took 5 shots because JB was going crazy. I would have to be a fool to see the best player on our team absolutely cook it, and I'm like, yeah.
Be selfish.
I'm going to need some more shots, y'all. And then the other people around him are playing well. And I'm in foul trouble, and I'm not in the game's rhythm. I'm not trying to win, or I'm trying to step pad.
Right.
That's why Jeff Teague ain't never won nothing himself. You feel me?
I think that's what everybody, like, that's what annoys me with a lot of these former player podcasters now. It's like, one, the Knicks for clicks is outrageous. But their reasoning for like nitpicking at certain things like that is stupid to me. Like, it would have been selfish and we would be cursing Cat out had he been selfish, took more shots and we lost the game, right? As opposed to, like you said, allow JB to cook. When Cat is cooking, we let him cook. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of this team is that, one, we're unselfish players. We understand the end goal. The end goal isn't, you know, let me just win tonight and let me get my points off. No, the end result is continue to win, put ourselves in the best position to win a championship. So he absolutely did the right thing. You let the captain eat. The captain's going to let you eat because this is going to be nights you're going to drop 42.
Facts. But you know,
but they just want to troll. They just want to troll us. They always just want to have something to say. Whether he does the right thing, if he would have did the opposite and forced shit, they'd have still been talking about him.
Facts. I don't even know son name that be sitting up near Will Gilbert.
So it's 3 guys I just looked up. Let me see. Jeff Teague, DJ Wells, and Bishop B. Hen.
Bishop B. Hen, he kind of stocky, ain't he?
I think so. It says he adds a comedic insight.
Yeah.
Unfiltered voice.
That guy. He's a comedian. Okay, that makes sense because the way he be talking, like, yo, you talk like you hoop, bro. Like, you talk like you really hoop. Like, he be saying, oh, yeah, that nigga ass. I'm like, bro, like, you hoop for real? Like, but anyway, you know, we were just talking about the final. Do the Knicks need a final piece? Everybody seemed to. I'm tired of talking about trades, hypothetical trades. Not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Knickerbocker Ave. he wanted to talk about this, and he not here. I'm a little upset because we're talking about it now, and you not even here. I hate hypothetical trades. I hate them. If the Knicks make a move, what's more important? Rim protection, rebounding, shot creation, or shot creation off the bench? So what I'm pretty much asking is, do the Knicks, if hypothetically the Knicks make a trade, should they prioritize getting another big man, pause, that's crazy, or another guard, i.e. Donte, or who else they said they was trying to go after? Donte. Or the kid from New Orleans, Alvarado.
Mm-hmm. I would, like I said, to answer the question earlier, I think if we made a move, it's going to be a bench move. I don't think we need rim protection. I think Mitch does a great at that by himself. I think Cat is very underrated when you talk about rebounding and kind of protecting the rim. I think Ario can do it as well. So I think we're okay right there. I think if any move is going to be a bench piece. I love Donte. I wish it could happen. Money-wise, I don't know that it can happen. Alvarado, we've talked about this in our chat. We've talked about it on the show before. I like him. He's a dog, but he's 6 feet. He's 6 feet. That makes him smaller than JB. That makes him smaller than Tyler. That puts him like, I think, smaller than Deuce or at Deuce's height. Like, we don't need 4 and 5, 6 foot guards. As much as he's a dog and as much as I think he could help the team, if he was 6'5", I'd say absolutely go for it. But he's 6 feet. I don't want to bring, let me say this, I wouldn't throw a Deuce into the trade or a Tyler for a 6 foot point guard when we have a 6 foot point guard.
Facts.
In Tyler, I mean, we have a 6 foot point guard, backup point guard in Tyler.
So this is a very difficult question for me to answer, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. I like I said earlier, I like where this roster is, right? I like what's good. I like where this roster is, right? So to ask me, do I need a guard, or to ask myself, do I need a guard or a big man, pause, is a difficult question because I don't think I need either one. But if I had to, make a choice, I would say another big man. And because I think once the guard situation is healthy with Tyler, Deuce, and JB, Shamit, I think we solidified as far as like ball handlers in that kind of situation and guards. Big wise, I don't think we're as solidified, right? God forbid somebody, I don't even want to say the words. Then it's like, all right, then who takes their spot? Then you got to move Hug Purdy up. And then it's like, I like the kid with the goggles. But,
Jameson.
Yeah, I don't want to see him play every day yet. You feel me? Like, so like if in this super big world of hypothetical conversations, if we were to make a trade, I would hope it'd be for somebody who can rim protect and rebound. I don't really care too much if somebody else for scoring. I just you got to be a high level defender and rebounder. Like, and I can live with that from a big man. Pause. Yeah. I consider that part of the being in the big man realm too, right? A 4. A 4 that's a dirty work guy too. Like a rebound, we're going to defend. You know what I mean? Like I don't even. I don't want to see that. I like him, but I don't want to see that for sure. Trey Murphy.
He makes too much money.
Yeah, but it sounds nice, right? One more thing before we get out of here, sis. I got mad questions.
Trey Murphy this season makes 25 mil. That it just won't happen.
Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna start off with this one because it's a great segue. Can the fan base handle patience if the front office doesn't make a splash move?
The majority of them probably couldn't. I can. The majority, if they don't get a big trade this season, are gonna go ape shit. Just because everybody's talking. Like, you see it and it's so annoying. Like, yeah, we're gonna get Giannis. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah. All these NBA podcasters got y'all believing this shit is in the works. They take these clips of Giannis looking so unhappy. And, oh yeah, we know what this means. He's out of it. He's out of there. He's telling his brother to go talk to other teams. And he's coming to the Knicks because that's the only... Bro, think about it. Like, be realistic, Knicks fans. Nothing this front office has done we saw coming. We didn't see Josh coming. How many years Knicks fans been saying we gonna get Cat? Years and years before we got Cat. No one said it that season. No one said it last season that we were gonna get Cat.
No, this administration.
Nothing that the Knicks front office has done has been talked about the way that this Giannis shit is being talked about. So that should mean it ain't happening. And again, season of destiny, you do not make a big ass move like that mid-season. That changes everything.
Facts.
Think about how tough those first few games looked for us as fans watching, to then change what they have created and change the dynamic of the team. Because bringing Giannis and getting rid of a Cat is two different players. Having a Giannis play with JB, something he hasn't done before. He hasn't played with a caliber of player like JB.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Dame was not Dame. If Dame was Dame last season, then I'll say, okay, maybe he could be ready to play with a Cat. But Dame wasn't Dame. Dame was, I'm going to let him eat. This is his team. His heart wasn't there.
I wouldn't even say Dame heart wasn't there. I just think physically he's
not physically.
But yeah, to your point, I think the fan base as a whole, I think they won't deal with not getting Giannis well, right?
Right. It's going to be like when we ain't get LeBron. Like, that's how they're going to react that badly.
But at the same time, I think that's absolutely crazy because we're in such a good position. We're in such a good position. It's like, definitely having the grass is greener moment. And what we all know is that it's not always greener on the other side. It's not. I think even though obviously Giannis is a better player than Cat, I believe that Cat fits what we do better. You know what I mean? Like, when Giannis comes, he's going to shrink the floor tremendously for JB, like tremendously, because it's like I'm not guarding Giannis at the 3-point range. Like, We about to double JB off of Giannis and get some rotations happen. Hopefully we can get some there quick enough so Giannis don't score, or we're going to get a charge, something. But you can't do that with Cat, because if you leave Cat, you liable to three-pointer, splash. You're going to let that fly. Pause. You know what I mean?
For sure. And not only that, like, for me, Giannis's attitude just doesn't fit this team. Like that whining and crying and sulking, like I that's not Knicks shit. And you could get away with that shit in Milwaukee, but all that shit you pull with the media out there will be magnified to a whole different level in New York. And yeah, Knicks fans want you right now, but you pull some of this shit that you pulling right now in Milwaukee here in New York, the Knicks fans will turn on you at the drop of a dime. And I don't want that for the Knicks players. You know, we have JB in his prime. We can't fuck this up.
In fact,
we can't fuck this up.
And what I tell people too about a short guard's prime is over by 33 for sure. The prime when they're playing their top basketball is over by 33, because they don't have none of the other physical abilities to lean on to still be dominant. Like when the speed goes, I'm a little bit slower, but I'm still strong. I'm still 6'7" with really long arms. I can still do these other things. But like, one thing that I might say might be on JB's side is the fact that other small guards, they relied on lightning and quickness. You feel me? Like, even Isaiah Thomas, that little motherfucker was fast. The little motherfucker, 5'9" and taller than me, and I'm calling him a little motherfucker, which is crazy. He was fast. You feel me? Like, you look at I'm trying to think of other short guards. Ty Lawson, he was like 5'10". He was fast as shit. I even take it back to Jamal Tinsley, which was one of my favorite players because he's from Brooklyn. He was 6 foot guard, but quick first step. He wasn't super fast, but quick first step. Once those things start going for guys who rely on that, it becomes different ball game. Mm-hmm. JB plays the game of basketball smart.
No, thank you, Brian.
What? That was just a wild. I don't even know where that came from. That's crazy.
He said he a Lakers fan. Get Luka off his team.
You don't want Luka? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Denez, Kemba Walker.
Facts.
Sure.
The injuries done part Kemba fast. But that's the point. Like, to maximize what is JB's prime, you have to get at least one in the next 3 years. Like, at least. You feel me? But last thing, right? Before we walk out of here, this is the last question. The Hennessy taking over, and I'm tired. I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it. Is the pressure from the fans actually healthy for this team?
I don't think that they really pay attention. I mean, I know they see it because they're active on social media, but I think they're very focused. I don't think they take it to heart. Because if they really did, we probably wouldn't be seeing good basketball from them. Like, if Cat paid attention to as much shit as people talk about him, you know, being feminine and doing this and all this extra non-basketball shit, he would play terrible basketball because your mind is on that dumb shit. You know what I mean? So I think they're mentally tough as a team, and I think they see it and they kind of use it as motivation to be better, as opposed to like it be their downfall.
I agree. I think think. Nah, I take that back. I think it's super unhealthy. I think it's unhealthy because we don't know how to like give the appropriate pause nudge. Like it got to be overboard.
Yeah.
Overboard. And like you said, they're active on social media, and people are not just saying these things amongst themselves. They're atting people. They're jumping in DMs. You know how this goes. And I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy. I know it's for a fact that they might not say it, but I know a few people, especially on Knicks Twitter, and I could just tell by their personalities that they got 4 or 5 burner accounts, and they're going into these Knicks players' DMs, and they're saying stupid stuff when they have a bad night. It's not conducive to, not a great place, a position to be trying to do your job in. Like, yes, I'm struggling from the free throw line, but I don't need to hear talking about how you're going to do physical harm to my loved ones because I can't make free throws. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying that it happened per se, that I know that it happened, but we know Knicks fans.
Oh, yeah.
We know it happens. You feel me? I'm just saying it's not a great work environment. God forbid, not God forbid, hopefully when we make the finals, but God forbid this part, God forbid we make the finals and somebody have a bad game in the finals. Like, I hope it, there's a wood floor. Hold on. God forbid somebody have a John Starks game in the final in this era. Like, it worked out for John Starks that he's back in the Garden, but if it happens in this era, something like that, and we come on, it's nasty work. It's undue pressure that nobody should have to work in. You feel me? Like, already the pressure of the job, the pressure of the moment, but then you to know that, bro, when I check my DMs, bro, it's gonna be nasty in there. Like, who wants to deal with that?
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of players shied away from New York for so long. You know what I mean? Like, it took a special person, and as much as we say weird shit about him, Randall, to, take on that, to take that on. And then, JB take that on. And everyone else that has come and, took it on, but they don't have to. Like, no one wants to deal with that. No one wants to deal with, their kid not being able to be at the Garden watching the way Randall's son had, and family couldn't be there towards the end of his career with us. Like, that's just not okay. And to me, it's one thing to talk basketball, but then when you get personal or you start talking non-basketball shit, like, that's some wild shit. Like for me last season, when people were posting pictures of like Cat with like lipstick on, dressed like a female, like, that's too motherfucking much. That's too much. Like, no one wants to deal with that. And then, like, us as fans, at least me, I sit back and I'm like, this is why fucking LeBron ain't want to come. This is why fucking Wade ain't want to come. Imagine Wade would have been a Knick and his kid is trans, and all the nonsense that would have came with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people fans are part of the reason players choose to come this way or not come this way. Don't think we're not. Players are like, nah, I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, I already got to deal with high cost of living, extra tax because it's in New York, deal with the New York media, then deal with these fucking psycho-ass bipolar fans that are going to attack my family. Like, that shit is just not okay. Like, let's just keep it basketball. Like, I seen fans after last game having full-blown meltdowns on X because of Cat having whatever 2 points he had. Like, straight-up meltdowns.
But we still got the win. You know what I mean? That'd be the weird part. You know what I mean? We still got the win. But yeah, unless you got anything else.
I just seen a couple of questions I think we can answer real quick in the chat.
Absolutely.
Do you think Mitch is going to be traded at the deadline in February?
Hell nah. Mitch ain't going nowhere. If anybody got in their mind that Mitch is getting traded, y'all tripping. Because what he does, it's irreplicable. Yeah, I mean, like, there's not another player in the NBA that can do what Mitch is doing right now. Yeah, I mean, it may not be the most flashiest thing in the world, but his offensive rebound rate is historic shit. And the crazy part about it, the people who's up there in historic rebounds like that usually miss around the rim and get their own rebounds. You're talking about he's getting this off somebody else's shot. I mean, it's easy to get your, like, you go miss a layup and you just right there already. You're like, rebound. No, people shooting threes. And he's amongst the trees and he's coming there with the rebounds. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and I think one stat that they said last game is that he is the most efficient in grabbing an offensive rebound, throwing it to the three-point line, and the Knicks scoring on that shot. I will say this. I don't think Mitch gets traded, but if the Knicks feel like he's going to walk next season, it might happen. I think they're not going to let him walk for free.
Mitch is not.
If they're that far off with money, I think they'll trade him before they let him walk.
Also think Mitch want to be a Knick. I think he want to retire here. You know what I mean? I
hope so.
I think I think he want to retire here. And I don't think they're gonna be that far off money. I think he can get it. He's going to get another contract similar to the one that he has now, which is great money for his skill set. Yes, he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, or the best offensive rebounder in the league. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it pans out the same in another place. Look at Ahart. He's not the same guy he was in New York. Not saying that he's playing bad, but it ain't the same. I can tell you that much. I don't think Mitch is going anywhere, and I think this organization know they'll be absolutely dumb to let Mitch go to another team and have to deal with that offensive rebounding monster coming back with an intent to wash us up because we didn't give him his bread. That don't make sense.
Yep. And I think there was one more question. If Tiz was the issue last season, shouldn't these players and this coach get a season to prove it?
I think two. Like this season, next season. You know what I mean? This season, next season, and then you figure out what happened. You know what I mean?
Oh, that was me.
Oh.
So you think there's 2 seasons to prove it?
I think so. This season and next season. You know? And you move from there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you move from there because you can't realistically be like, all right, this is how everything is going to be. Because at the same time, even though Mike Brown just got here, he had to inherit shit from the last regime. We don't know what tweaks that he might have in mind as far as like the roster or even the coaching staff that might bring us to greater prosperity. You just don't know these things. You have to give that time. You feel me?
Yeah. No, I agree with that 100%. I think a lot of the signings that we did was pre getting a coach. I think we talked about it in the offseason. To me, it was important to get a coach and then bring on guys, but it happened in reverse because the Knicks took their time in getting a coach. So, yeah, I think he inherited what we have right now. I think he's done a great job thus far. But it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve for the team, and it's a learning curve for him. Like you say, you know, show after show, he even says he's making adjustments when things don't work. So, I mean, it's only fair to give people a chance. I mean, I think early on this season, we see progression from last season. Could we be better? Absolutely. Defensively, we could be better. You know, the bench could be better. But again, we still haven't been 100% healthy for an extended period of time. It's been little here and there. So no, he's absolutely deserving of at least a season, 2 seasons to prove anything different. I think, again, we're on JB's time. We don't have a lot of time to figure shit out. So it needs to be quick and fast.
Yeah, facts. But, overall, I think we got the right coach. I think we got the right players. It's just, I think health is the greatest enemy for us right now. You feel me? That's it.
For us, it's December and not March, April. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Sis, if you ain't got nothing else, we skedaddle now.
Yeah, we good.
All right. Shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. If you didn't do so already, make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. If you new here, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any post-game Knicks N Ish live. Make sure you visit the Shopify. The link is going right across the bottom. And if you're on YouTube and you're too lazy to type in all that stuff, just visit the page, the Shopify right there. Excuse me. And you can go cop some merch. I think I got everything this time. I think I did. But yeah, appreciate y'all. And we pulling up Christmas. Did we rectify that?
I'm down. It just can't be right after the game. It will have to be that night.
If it's that night, probably gonna be mad wasted and not do it. We'll let you know.
Or we can do it in the next move. We'll let y'all know. We'll try and set it up, whatever we decide. But if we don't, we wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Take this time and spend time with your family. And tell them you love them, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. So definitely enjoy that time. We absolutely appreciate every one of y'all for spending y'all hour and a half with us, 2 hours sometimes. So happy holidays for whatever holiday y'all do celebrate.
Hit the outro.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back the melody rap. If they gon' put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it.